All right, Coach. You split with John Melvin last week, going in for this week with a 3-game series. What are your general thoughts on it?
Yeah, we're prepared. It was very good for those guys to come down last week. We were to play 2 games where, we were supposed to play Mid-American Christian, and they were able to, only being an hour down the road, able to come out and play us 2 games. So now we have 3 against them, a little bit different setting. Not 2 7-inning games. Now we have 2 9-inning games and 1 7-inning game. So with weather, we kind of switch it around. We'll play 7, then a 9 on Thursday, and then a single 9 on Friday. Try to beat some of this coldness that is coming. But we're excited just to get back on the field and get going again. So.
Carter Fogg won Conference Pitcher of the Week. Can you talk a little bit about his performance?
Yeah, no, it was great. He's been we've been going back and forth for weeks on who was going to throw that first game, who was going to kind of be in the rotation, and he's been pitching really good since he's got here. Over a year and a half ago now, and it's just getting better and better. For us to go out game 1, and you need somebody that's going to be able to handle the pressure, the adrenaline, and he's been in big spots. He was at LC, so he's been around the NAIA baseball for a long time, and he went to junior college, came to us, and he was ready for that moment. And I was just happy to see him succeed in that moment and give our team that kind of boost we needed going into the weekend. In that first game, we were able to score some runs for him, and then it's cool to see him get some recognition, on a national stage. So.
Cade driving in 6 runs, including a walk-off against Wiley. Can you talk a little bit about his contributions to the offense after coming back from injury last season?
Right, yeah. It was very unfortunate last year. The last center squad right before we started to play, he hurts himself. But ever since then, he's been itching to kind of get back on the field, and we've done a bunch of stuff to prevent him from getting injured again. And for him to come out first weekend, and us kind of knowing that he's our spark plug, the guy that's going to drive in the runs for us, the guy that's going to do the things that need to be done in big moments. For him to get those big moments this weekend is key, because sometimes you have those guys in those moments or in those spots, but you don't really get them those moments. And he was able to get a few this weekend. The big bases loaded clearing in the last inning against John Melvin was kind of icing on the cake. So I think he's gonna have a great season this year. We've got to continue to work at the things that we're not doing well right now with him and with everybody. But I was happy to see him succeed in that weekend for sure.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.